Hello, everyone. This interview is about a boy from a small village who had the determination, who believed in himself, and where the opportunities were very invisible, still proved that dreams are still valid no matter where you come from. Let's welcome Kunal Verma to our first episode. Welcome, Kunal.
Hi Sudeep, it's pleasure to be here, and I'm looking forward, you know, to inspire more people from small villages, especially from disadvantaged sections of our country.
Yes, welcome to the episode. Okay, Kunal.
Thanks
So,
a lot.
can you please tell me about your journey from class 12 to the SRCC?
Sure. So, first of all, I would like to give a small background about myself. Uh, Hi everyone, once again, I'm Kunal Verma, and I'm first year become honor student at SRCC. So, my journey is quite different from most of my batchmates, you can say. I belong to a small town, basically a small village called Tulsi. It's a place in Chhattisgarh where most Chhattisgarhia even don't know because it's quite small. So my nearby town is Tilda Nevra. That is even unknown to most of the Chhattisgarhia because it is all still a small town. So I come from a basically a small village called Tulsi, which is nearby Tilda Nevra, and it comes under the Raipur district of Chhattisgarh, which is the capital of Chhattisgarh. So, as you can understand by now, the place where I live has not abundance of opportunities, unlike the metro cities, uh, and we have only one CBSE school in our nearby area, and that is itself very new. So it doesn't provide a lot of good opportunity, exposure, experienced teachers, or nothing like that. So you can say I'm the first one from my area to make it to SRCC when it's quite unknown to people about what are SRCC, what is Sansara. So it was quite a big achievement for me because it was first time from my place. So this was my background, and telling more about my background would be that my father runs a small store in my village. Yeah, our annual income is quite less too, but still he made sure that I got every resources to study. And even today, I'm living in a Delhi PG, which is quite costly compared to others, but still he's paying for that because he wants the best education for me. So a big thanks to my father and my family also who made the journey possible. And yes, I studied without internet, without coaching and all, and I don't know I somehow made to SRCC. And yeah, I used the OBC and cell category too, so please don't be in dilemma. I was a category student, but yeah, still my score was quite. Talking more about my journey would be that during my school, I was quite a shy student because I didn't, it's my nature only. I was a quiet student, but after grade 10th, I started, participating more in the school activities, getting into debate competitions, and going to other schools for competing with their students. So after 10th, I had a realization that Kunal, it's time to do something because you can't be mediocre all the time. So I started participating in the activities, and it was grade 11th when I got the assistant head boy responsibility at my school, and I did it well with the sinus in me, but still I managed to complete my responsibilities. And the next year, in grade 12th, I got the responsibility of being the head boy of our school, and I did that as well. And I also, focused more on my studies. And it was the first time in grade 11 when I scored more than 90% in my entire lifetime. And in grade 12th, I studied a lot more harder, and I became the student of the year of my school. And also, I scored 97% in grade 12 boards and top my district as well because the scores are quite low there. And just that was my story, and I prepared for the CUET exam in the rest 2 months, and it was enough to get into SRCC because I think I did a lot of hard work in those 2 months. And for special subjects like general test and English, I was preparing throughout the grade 12 through PDF and other other online resources which you can get easily by Telegram.
Okay, Kunal. Okay. Viewers have some doubts related to CUET preparation in class 12. So, can you just solve some of the doubts?
Sure, sure.
Okay. So, one of our viewer has asked the first question is how did you avoid your distractions like social media, daydreaming during your class 12th and CUET preparation?
A really nice question, Sudeep. Uh, to be very honest, I didn't have the issue of social media in my grade 12, especially because I got my personal phone after, clearing SRCC. When I came to Delhi, I got my first personal phone. So when you don't have a personal phone, then how you can, waste for hours and hours on social media? So my time was limited from then only. So from that limited time, I had to see the lectures on the smartphone. That was my mother's smartphone. No? So I don't have the full liberty to use that. So I had to see the lectures. I had to scroll the PDF. So most of my time online would go on these things. And then my mother also wanted to use the smartphone. So I couldn't manage to use the social media much. So that's why I was not in any social media except WhatsApp throughout my 11th and 12th. So
That,
that's why I didn't have any problem.
oh, that's great to hear. So, how did you go to know about CUET, SRCC, and all? Because our viewers will be curious to know about that.
To be very honest, during the entire grade 12th, I was thinking to do an BCA, Bachelor of Computer Application, just because there was a trend of AI and machine learning. So that was the only thing I knew now, just the words AI and machine learning, not about the complex algorithms that work behind it. So I was just fascinated and I wanted to learn. So my plan was to do BCA. But once I cleared the grade 11th, I talked with one of my seniors. She is in Ramjas. So she is the only senior I was connected to. So the first interaction was through a WhatsApp chat. I text her at what you're doing, and she replied that she is preparing for Delhi University through CUET examination. So that was the first time I got to know about what the people are doing with CUET. There is something called Delhi University just in after the grade 11. Means the beginning of grade 12. So during that time, I got to know that there is something called Delhi University and people are going there. So I researched myself further and I got to know that SRCC is the best college for commerce, called as the Asia's number one commerce college. So that fascinated me. And from that day only, I decided that I have to go to this college because I am also a commerce student, and it's my responsibility to go to the best college of commerce and make something big. So that's how I myself discovered about SRCC at the beginning of grade 12th, and from I think that point of time, I had in my mind to work hard and get SRC. That
Okay.
was my job.
So, the another question we have: how many hours do you study daily? Like, how do you stay consistent when you don't feel like study?
Nice question. To be very honest, I didn't had planned hours of study because there was no chores at home. So what I did was I either scroll the YouTube shorts or study. There was only two things I did throughout my class 12th and CUT journey. So to be very honest, I didn't had any planned study session. Whenever I got the time, I studied. Like if I am waking early today, then I will study for the extra hours. And if I am getting 2 hours at the morning, I will study. And if I am getting free time during the evening, that I will study. So there was no specific hour that I have to study 4 hours or 5 hours. I used to study during as much as I can, as much I can spare time for my study. So
Like an
that was my
average 8 hours or something like that.
no, not 8 hours. Yeah. During grade 12, it was 4 to 5 hours, and during CUET, it was of course 10 to 11 hours at least.
Oh, great. So, the other question our viewers had is which YouTube channels did you find useful during your preparation?
Yes, I think I'm quite unsuitable person to answer this question because I am a kind of person who never used YouTube lectures, who followed any YouTube lectures throughout his school life. So yeah, the internet issue was there in my village because at my home, the internet connection was so poor that you can't even Google a single doubt. So whenever I was stuck in a doubt, I had to climb up to the stairs and search that doubt because the internet connectivity is so poor. Even today, when I call to my parents, their voice is too unclear to be understood. So I had to try so many times talk to them because now I'm in Delhi and I have a good connection, but at my place there is still a lot of difficulties. So that's why I didn't follow any YouTube channel a lot. But yeah, I used to listen to their lectures by downloading them. I used to visit terrace once in a day, and from my terrace, I used to download few lectures, specifically from famous commerce teachers like C.A. Parag Gupta and Sunil Panda. Not the entire playlist, just few videos, few topics which I found difficult, and I couldn't read them in my books. So to understand them, I used to download the videos from my terrace and come back to my study place, and I used to listen them. So there was not a particular channel I used.
Did you take any specific course for CUET? Uh,
Uh, yeah. I took a Adda 24/7 mock series, and that was all I did. And later, I think that was enough when I further studied. And free lectures are available on Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. You can download, you can play them, and also you can download them. So I used to download them in the terrace and watch them.
so somebody, if he's not having that much money to purchase a course, is it actually necessary if you actually want to get into SRCC and all? What do you feel?
Actually, it's completely unnecessary, to spend a lot on CUT preparation because I myself prepared for the CUT mostly from my senior second-hand book. My senior, as I said, she's in Ramjas, so she had Oswal mocks. So I took her Oswal mocks of the previous year, 2024. So I prepared from that only. And after that, and when I felt that I'm not confident with my stuff because the syllabus was quite new, there was microeconomics and economics. So I purchased at the 24/7 mock series, which was very affordable. So yeah, it was very cheap. So I purchased that and I practiced, and I have done at least 50 mock tests of every subject throughout the 2 months. It was from DU Buddy app, and I had other 24/7 20 mocks and 20 mocks of Oswal from my senior, which I got, and a few mocks of Sunil Panda as well from Telegram. So if you sum that, it will surely be around 50 to yeah 50 mock per subject.
Oh, that's great. Like 50 mocks is amazing. So the other question we have is, how were your mock scores during the preparation, and how did you improve them? Like how much were you getting on average?
For domains, let me be very clear that I had prepared for GET general test, but I didn't give the general test in CUT. As the same senior advised me to not prepare for GET because it will take a lot of time. So I had only four subjects: English, accountancy, BST, and economics as of the final subjects, and I prepared for GET but didn't give that. So again, uh, telling my scores of domain subjects for all the three domains, accountancy, business studies, and economics, my score was above 230 for maximum of the mock test. And for English, my score was around 200. That was, I think, the lowest score as well because I managed to score around 200 in every mock. So my strategy was just to, go through every question once. The ones you have to right also and the ones you have made wrong. Because what used to happen with me, like I'm taking a mock, and in that mock, I'm making some mistakes as well as I'm doing most of the questions correctly. So if I'm retaking that mock again, so I will make mistakes on the correct answer which I made in previous one. And I will make that wrong answer correct in this attempt. So that was quite troubling thing, but I used to go through every question once. So that was how I prepared. And for English, I used word power made easy, and that dictionary, you can use any dictionary. So I jumble through the dictionary also, but don't do this at the last moment because that costed me heavily when I did it at the last moment. So my advice would be to use dictionary from the very beginning of your preparation, and you will be miles ahead from me.
So there is another simple question like, how do you study? By making notes or just highlighting from the textbook? What was your method?
I didn't, believed in making a lot of notes because when you study in grade 12, you're already making notes side by side. So during the 2 months for CUT preparation, I just revised a lot the NCRT textbooks, the reference, basically the NCRT textbook, that was enough. And I didn't make the notes, I used to highlight them. And the NCRT language is quite easy, to understand. So I didn't use the flowchart or anything. What I did, I just, go through the chapters line by line, the footnotes, and the smallest detail that was provided in the textbook. And I used to underline as well, but that doesn't make any, difference because you have to study the underlined part as well as the unhighlighted part. So I just used to go through the NCRT line by line, and I was thorough with my concepts during that preparation.
So that was a really nice explanation. So we wanted to know that did you actually make study timetables while studying, like a to-do list, or while studying, or it was like when you get the free time?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah. So my studies was scheduled. I just uh, I used to earn time to study. So I used to make, before sleeping, I used to make a to-do list, and whenever I could get the sufficient time, spare time, I used to make that work. It doesn't always go as planned, but yeah, I used to make it happen. So I used to plan my day a day before. So that really helped me to cover my syllabus as well as to do a lot of it.
So when did you actually started preparing for CUET? Like after the boards got over or before boards? Can you just brief about that again?
Actually, I was preparing for English, but that was very, I think, at a low hand because I was not able to, manage a lot of time for that preparation. So basically, I prepared for CUET in the last 2 months, which we had. And during that 2 months, my sole aim was to crack SRCC and, to prepare a lot hard for board because for CUET because I was already confident with my concept of, you know, domain subjects due to good performance in grade 12. So my only advice would be to, just focus on your board examination and prepare for CUT in the last 1 or 2 months. That is enough. Just you have to prepare more for the English and general.
So your advice for the juniors would be start preparing for English from your class 12th onwards, and for
Yeah,
the domains, do it after your board
after
exams cover. Right?
board
Perfect.
exam.
Okay, perfect. So the question is, which of guides and question banks did you use for your domain subjects? Like which are publishers, if you can quote the name.
Hmm. So, repeating my statement again, I used my seniors second-hand books of Oswald. So that were Oswald 2024 edition mock series, and I used them. And apart from them, I had Adda 24/7's mock series, and you can use Telegram to get free PDF as well of mocks. And use DuBuddy is also a great platform, so you can use that. And for English, I was using Word Power Made Easy. But I think yeah, it's okay. But you can prefer any dictionary like Oxford Dictionary and all, and just be thorough with your concepts for domains. And for English, just make sure vocabulary is really rich for the standard questions of CUE. So that's how we get.
Business studies, economics, and all. Did you use any publishers like Poonam Gandhi or T.S. Greva, something like that, or it's just NCRT?
No, NCRT is for actually NCRT is the gold mine for NT exams. So if you are thorough with your NCRT, then I don't think that Poonam Gandhi, Radha Bahuguna, Sandeep Garg are necessary to crack exams. So my only aim was to be thorough with my concept, especially to learn the lines, exact lines from the NCRT. So that was all I did.
Great, great. Okay. So many of our viewers have some doubt like how to increase the accuracy in the mocks, because most of them get stuck in the 180 range, 200 range, and all. They are not able to get into that 0.1%.
Actually, again, the same thing comes into picture. They are not actually thorough with their concept. Once you are very well aware about the kind of questions that were asked in the examination, you will get the clarity. But that is still not necessary. Just if you are having a concrete knowledge about the syllabus. So yeah, first of all, learn the syllabus, what's in the examination, and after that, find out whether you are aware about the topics or not. Because in our examination, we had a different sort of syllabus. So there was no Indian economic development in our syllabus. We had microeconomics. So that was the first step to know the syllabus. After reading the syllabus, I was quite sure that I know most of the syllabus very well. Just I have to revisit the microeconomics because that part was not very well explained in my grade 11. So I had to prepare that. So I did that, and I solely focused on maximizing my efficiency in my weak areas, and for my strong areas, I used to revise that passively, and that made it happen.
Great, great. So, how to avoid the silly mistakes while doing the mocks? Because many of our viewers have that doubt.
I'm not the correct person again for this question because I lost almost 15 marks due to making errors because during my English examination there were some questions which I had opted the right answer, but in my response sheet some other option is being selected. So that was a big mistake I made. So I had if I had didn't make the mistake, I would have qualified for SRCC without the OBC category as I deserve. But way that 10 to 15 marks got deducted due to my carelessness. So I will just advise you that just be patient while writing the examination because the screen is quite glitchy as well. So if you are opting the answer, make sure that you revisit your option before going to the next question, because if you are thinking I will see the questions at last like we do in board examinations, then that will not work. You have to be very very careful with your options which you are selecting. So after English, I made sure that I revisit my options again to see whether I have selected the correct answer just after pinning them. So that is a good thing you can do. And yeah, it happens, yeah, because at the exam time you make a lot of silly mistakes. Like I myself did three questions in English and I think one or two questions in economics. That was actually a very kind of silly mistake because I was knowing the answer and I think I did the correct option, but in my response sheet there is something else. So
It's more of a
yeah,
luck.
it's kind of silly. Yeah, it's all of luck.
So, this is the last question. So, if you had to give it three golden tips to your upcoming juniors for the preparation of CUET, what it would be?
Not exactly three golden tips. I would give some general tips. So I hadn't to stretch my words to make it 3 points. Uh, First would be and just it's a small examination. Don't let it decide your entire future because as Sudeep shared, it's all about luck as well. So many people do a lot of hard work. People do even more hard work than me because I think I did not very much. You know, I just go through the NCERT, did some mocks, and I got into SRCC. But there are people who are preparing for this examination by taking drops as well, but they are not getting their dream colleges. So don't make this examination as your you know uh, the sole priority. And the second word would be that just just believe in yourself because if someone from a very disadvantaged background like me can make it to SRCC, then you have all the resources. You have 24/7 Wi-Fi, a quiet room to study, and a secure future as well for some. But for me, I was not knowing about Delhi University until the starting of my grade 12. I was not aware of anything related to SRCC. I didn't had any coaching. I didn't join any coaching throughout my school life. I never took the school bus because my father, not my father, but didn't wanted to use because I can go by bicycle or walking. So I used to save even the smallest penny during my life in my small village. So yeah, so yeah, if I can make it with this all complexities, so why can't you? So just make sure you use 100% of your resources. The Wi-Fi connection you are getting, which is seamless, and the kind of exposure you are getting. So yeah, you can do that with Blue Hills Software.
Yeah, somebody watching this, what's your excuse? Like, if somebody who is having, no Wi-Fi is able to crack a SRCC, then what's your excuse? I would like to ask the
Yeah.
viewers. So, yeah. So yeah, this was the questions. So thank you for giving brief interview about your journey, your preparation trips, the YouTube that you have used, everything. Thank you so much for the detailed one. So yeah, I hope you achieve more in your life. And by then, question, what's your future plan? Like, where do you see yourself next 5 years?
Yeah. So unlike many people, I don't get much interest in, the traditional courses that people pursue after SRCC or as a commerce graduate. But I am here to explore more about the career opportunities. And I have just wrote a LinkedIn post also about this. I was not knowing, again, I'm saying that I was not knowing I will make it to SRCC. I will choose commerce stream. This is all by luck, by the God grace. So yeah, I'm discovering what to do exactly in life. So I know what to do exactly in life, but what is the process behind that? So my suggestion would be that don't stick to a particular thing because this 90% of my class strength is doing CA and CFA. But to be very honest, I never aspired to be a CA, and I aspire to go to the finance role to investment banking role because I think yeah, I just don't feel belong to those fields. So just follow your heart because at last you don't have to live others' expectations. You have to live your expectations. So keep exploring and find your truest path, no matter whatever your colleagues are doing. So that's
That's
what from
amazing.
me.
The
And
last lines were so amazing. Like, yeah, I can so relate with it. I'm also currently
just yeah,
figuring
yeah,
out
yeah.
what to do in life instead of following that, the traditional pattern.
Traditional setup.
Was the best
Yeah,
advice
actually,
that.
that's my I think advice for this session. And if you really want to see what we people will be doing in our future, just connect with us in our LinkedIn. So Dev is also on LinkedIn. I'm also on LinkedIn, so you can follow us and you can see what we are doing.
Yeah, I'll be dropping his LinkedIn profile in the comment section. So definitely you can ask any doubts if you have. Definitely, I think he'll be uh, happy to solve it. Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, thank you for this session. Thank you for being part of our first episode. I'll be always grateful to you. Okay, thank you.
it was my pleasure, Sudeep.